Hello, I thought in this video I would just give some generic feedback regarding the Ferris Fowl assignment that you handed in 2 weeks ago. So everybody has specific comments. Please look at your assignment, look at the annotations I made right on your doc. That will help you obviously improve your writing going forward. So Ferris Fowl, Act 1, we're looking for examples of this. And the witches are the first to utter these words right when we start this play. Fair is foul, foul is play. Foul is fair. An example they give right away is about a battle. So when you have a battle, obviously someone has to win and somebody has to lose. Macbeth's first words echo the witches. And he says, such a fair and foul day I have not seen. So it was fair for him. He won the battle, but it was also foul because the weather was bad. So that brings up the question, are the witches manipulating Macbeth's mind? And that is never really answered in the play. Both Macbeth and Banquo get good news. And then we have some examples of fair is foul. So the first Thane of Cawdor, who King Duncan thinks is fabulous, he turned traitor and was charged with treason and ultimately killed. So he looked very good on the outside, but he wasn't so good on the inside. Lady Macbeth was another example many of you mentioned, and her advice, this is really classic advice that we have all experienced and done in our lives. Be like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it, and you're the serpent ready to strike. So she absolutely is very kind to the king, welcoming, dancing. I don't know that a lot of people could do that, to really full on party with somebody knowing they were going to kill them a couple nights later. In that regard, Lady Macbeth is pure gangster. Okay? The idea of king and queen, I know some people don't like Shakespeare. Oh, it's about kings and queens. Why do I care? Shakespeare is always using the idea of a king and queen to help us question our own integrity. Are we acting as a king or queen in our lives? And the image of the crown and being a king is pervasive through our society. And here we have Biggie Smalls, a great storyteller who is wearing the crown. This image has become kind of the iconic image for Biggie Smalls. So this is a very the idea of king and queen is alive and well. For those of you who are artists, I'm just going to add in this, Jean-Michel Basquiat. He is probably one of the most important American artists at the end of the last century. He was obsessed with the idea of wearing crowns. And you might have seen some of his artwork and symbols. See how this crown is drawn? This is straight out of his artwork, and this has become popularized, and I see t-shirts with it and lots of images kind of ripping off his art. But in his artwork, he crowns a lot of people from the past in history. He crowns them. He crowns himself as well in his artwork. Here, it's a trumpet player. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Miles Davis, a fantastic genius jazz player. So this idea of living as a king or queen is still very important today. Switching gears a little bit, I asked you probably didn't realize it, but I asked you to go into the area, foul is fair. If I'd asked you the question, well, what do you have in common with someone who's serving a life sentence for a triple murder in cold blood? You probably would say not much. But here you made excellent connections overall with these inmates. And I just picked 3. So this gentleman who's talking about character development, I really liked a lot of connections some of you made to that gentleman and the importance of integrity in our lives. Okay, I'm running out of time. This gentleman as well, it's his own responsibility. He's not blaming other people. He has to take the responsibility in his life. And many of you connected to this man who was talking about the masks. And I'll just say, we all have to wear masks in our lives, but you want some unity in the kind of person that you're presenting in your life.